Hello YouTube. It's been hot the last few days. I love it. I love the heat. And in this carport, it gets 10 degrees hotter in here, so it's been 95 to 100. It's been like 90 outside and then 95 to 100 in here, but I love it. I love that heat. You won't catch me out here on a 30-degree day. Well, you will, but the heater will be running. But I love it. I love the heat. But anyway, I've been out here working on this car. The Trans Am, as y'all saw at the track, it let go again. I was hoping it was just a head gasket, because when we the last time it burned a hole in a piston, it was this one. And it burnt a hole up here by the exhaust valve, but it also had a blowed head gasket right here. And you can see there was a little spot on the head. Not much. I don't even know if it really, I think that coloration is from the last time, but it ain't really deep enough to get where the gasket goes. So I was hoping it just blowed the head gasket right there and we'd take the heads off, get them milled, and put it back together. But as you can see, that was not the case. It got a piston. This is the number 4 cylinder. It didn't just get one piston. And look, it sent piston material into these other pistons as well, even though they're all fine. And I'll show you the other one here in a minute. But if you put that, it turns over just fine based on the decking of all the pistons. The rods aren't bent, the crank's fine, the rods are fine, everything's fine except for the piston. But you'll see over here, it got the number 1 piston too, the same exact way as it did us last time. That's the same exact way as it did us last time, except for on number 2, and it blew a head gasket. Well, none of the head gaskets were blown this time. It just got the piston. But unfortunately, that cylinder over there, let's rotate it down some. I rotated it down some, but you'll see there's melt aluminum all in the cylinder walls. It didn't hurt the cylinder walls, it don't look like, but it's got that melted aluminum on it. There's no way I could get that out of there that I know of. So we could probably, if it didn't do that, we could probably change 2 pistons and try this again. But I think where it melted that aluminum on there, that it's going to have to be bored and new pistons. And unfortunately, after boring it and buying new pistons, we'd be at the cost of what a 6.0 would be from the junkyard. So I think we're going to try to part this out. We can at least, you know, somebody can buy this and get another block and bore it 30 over and get 2 new pistons and probably roll with it. Or they could buy the whole thing and bore this one out and get new pistons, all 8 new pistons. Or yeah, bore this one out, get all new pistons and be good. Or get another block and bore it 30 over and get 2 new pistons and probably be good. But yeah, we're just going to go 6.0 because it would take over $1,000 to fix this. And a 6.0 is $1,000. I can find them for $1,000 around here. And we'll just put a cam in it. But the 6.0s, they're more already set up for fuel injection. You know, they already got the crank and cam sensor and all that. Whereas if we switch this one, if we paid the money to fix this one and then put it on fuel injection, etc., you know, it's going to cost quite a bit of money. It's going to save us money just to switch, just to sell everything we can on this one. The cam, the short travel hydraulic retrofit roller lifters, the retrofit roller cam, HVC 2 coil, MSD Pro billet distributor, 6AL2 programmable, etc. It'd be cheaper for us to sell all that, get a 6.0 with a cam and get a good intake on it, and probably go with like a Haltech Rebel or a Terminator X Now, of course, that ain't going to fix why this happened, and we're going to address that. But I'm pretty sure, and someone commented on the last video and mentioned the same thing, but I was thinking that was the issue too. But I'm pretty sure just where we had the turbo, it was just creating too much heat, and it had way too much intake air temperature. And I can confirm that by looking at the hood, because we had the let me find it here real quick. So this is where the pipe was for the intake, and here's the blow-off valve. Now let me show you on the hood. You can see where the heat was blowing out of these holes. It burnt the hood. That's how hot it was getting. See right there on the hood? Those are burn marks from that heat coming out. See it right there? That white spot? That's a burn spot from that turbo. I'd reach over there farther, but that's as far as I can reach. Yeah, I'm 99% sure our whole problem that caused this time and last time is the intake air temperatures were way too hot. Way too hot. And the cool thing about fuel injection is it'll see that and it'll pull more timing, so it'll help save the motor. There's a lot of fail safes that come with fuel injection that I think is going to help us. Plus, changing jets at the track on a hot motor suck, man. I'm just going to be straight with y'all. You can go into the computer and just hit a couple buttons, you're done. Plus, for no prep racing, you need to be able to pull timing on the launch and stuff on those slick surfaces, and it's just easier to manage that on the those aftermarket ECM computers. But yeah, that's the route we're going to do. We're going to try to part this out by a 6.0, put a cam and springs in it, put that boost on it, and this time we're going to run a boost, or we're going to run an intercooler. We're either going to run a really big air-to-air intercooler or an air-to-water intercooler. It'd be nice if we could afford a Holley high ram with an air-to-water intercooler. That'd be really cool, but I think that's just the intake and the air-to-water intercooler setup's like $2,000, so I don't see that happening. But yeah, we'll pull this out. We'll try to sell it. We'll buy a 6.0, put a cam in it, probably like a stage 3 cam, like a sloppy stage 3 cam, or a Summit cam, or a BTR stage 3 cam made for single turbo, which I don't think it matters too much. I've seen motor cams make better horsepower on turbo than turbo cams have. I've seen that in real life, you know, people I know at the track. But anyway, that's the plan. If anybody wants to buy any of this stuff, just reach out to me on Facebook or hit the comments here. But all this stuff is for sale. The cam, the lifters. I think the cam and lifters, we paid like $1,000 for those. The heads, oh, I was going to go over the heads real quick. That's where it got the number 4 cylinder. It didn't hit any of the rest of them. But these heads would definitely need milled. But I'm going to flip them upside down and put some transmission fluid, put spark plug in, put transmission fluid, make sure that the valves still seal. And if that's the case, all these need is a mill job and cleaned up, and they should be fine, which I'm pretty sure they are. The valves didn't hit anything that it looks like. It just like it melted the piston, and melted piston material got everywhere. But I'm pretty sure these could be milled, but we'll probably either fix them and sell them, or sell them cheap as they are and someone else can have them milled or whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna sell all that stuff. Like I said, the cam and the lifters, it's a hydraulic retrofit roller cam that you can put pretty much in any Gen 1 small block Chevy. We got the retrofit link bar comp cams, short travel hydraulic lifters. The crank and rods are good. It's they're 4340 forged, and 6-inch rod, 3.75 stroke. The block's already been clearanced for that stroke. So if you wanted to buy the whole thing, I'd make a good deal on it. You could probably bore it over and buy some pistons and be set. But yeah, that's the game plan. I just think it'd be cheaper for us to part this out, buy a 6.0, put a cam in it. See, if this thing ever blows up, the rotating assembly alone costs more than what a 6.0 costs. So it's just cheaper to do stuff like this on them LS motors, in my opinion, because like mine's a 5.3. If it blows up, $500. That's it. See, 6.0, you can buy those $1,000 to $1,500. They blow up. Just switch it out. Whereas this one, it costs more than that, and then you have to go through it, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll get an intercooler. No matter what we do and put back in here, we're definitely going to get an intercooler. But yeah, guys, we're just out here learning this stuff. We don't really know what we're doing, but we're trying anyway. And the whole reason for these videos, not really a how-to. It's to show you what we try and what works and what don't works. So hopefully, you know, whoever's watching don't make the same mistakes we make. But oh yeah, the reason we went with no intercooler, because we had read that people were running E85 on a carburetor with no intercooler, making more power. I don't know, maybe we just didn't have the tune just right for no intercooler, or the placement of our turbo is just too much heat, too much heat. I mean, that's ridiculous for that blow-off valve to be burning a hole in a cow hood. So yeah, but what do you guys think? Hit the comments.